Hey guys, I'm Kate Simsley and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, I'm glad you're back. And if you're new, welcome in. Today we're going to be doing our very last spooky build before Halloween. Halloween is tomorrow, and so I thought, what better way to celebrate than with a spooky family mansion? So you're going to watch this mansion. It's not really a mansion. It's not. It's got 3 bedrooms and maybe 3 bathrooms, actually. It's not really a mansion, it's not huge, but it is very spooky looking on the outside. It's not spooky inside, it's actually really nice inside, but it is set to be haunted and cursed. And so, if you're brave and you have a paranormal investigator sim or something, then this might be the house for you. But you'll watch it come together. It comes together in the video, it comes together pretty quick. It looks easy, but it wasn't. It took me, actually, you know what? I was listening to spooky stories while I was filming this, and so it looks like it comes together really quickly, but I took my time. And ultimately, in the end, I'm very happy with the way it came out, but there was a lot of fiddling to get to this point. Hopefully you will enjoy it. It is on the gallery. It's going to be on there as Spooky Family Mansion. And the easiest way to find this and any of my builds is by searching the hashtag K8Simsley. So, the exterior came together. I cut out most of the footage. I fiddled with the size of it 712 times. But it came together and it is done. We're going to add some windows and do a few more things. We add a little path out front and a deck on the back before we move to the interior. And like I said, the interior is not spooky at all. There is a crack in the wall in the front room, but I ended up doing the rest of the house normal. I figured that either a paranormal sim with a family or just a normal family moved into this house. It's in Moonwood Mill, by the way. And they're not really aware of their surroundings, maybe. And the house itself is pretty creepy and haunted and cursed, and it's just bad news. And so they have to deal with all that because they love the house and they want to make it home. They end up meeting all the neighbors, and although they're werewolves, they get along with them and everything's fine, hopefully, in the end. But you can play it however you want. That was just my way of thinking when I was doing this build. We end up, like I said, it's 3 bedrooms. We do have a bathroom on the main floor at the front door. We put a little half bath. And then we end up with the 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms upstairs. And yeah, they're all pretty normal. I have one set up for a baby. And then there is another one with bunk beds. So it could be for 2 kids or 2 teens or whatever you wanted. But I thought that in the end it came together pretty good. And I'm happy with it. And I hope that you like it as well. And like I said, this is the last spooky build before Halloween. So yeah, I'd love to know what your plans are for Halloween. Are you dressing up? Do you go out? What do you do? I do not go out. It is too cold. I stay home and I love looking at all the little kids in their cute little costumes. And I hand out candy. Probably way too much candy. I like giving them handfuls of candy. I'm horrible. And their parents really hate me. But I just think they're so cute. And so I'll take my son, my youngest son. He's very little. He's not. He's 8, but he's not. He's disabled. And, he is nonverbal autistic. So he goes out, but not really. He doesn't know how to talk, so he can't say trick or treat. But I do take him to the neighbors that we know. And we go to a couple of houses on the street. And then I come home and I get to watch all the cute kids in their costumes. And it makes me happy. But I would love to hear what you're doing for Halloween. Do you have plans? Are you a big fan of Halloween? Or is there another holiday that you prefer? I'm not the biggest fan of Halloween. I like Halloween. The idea of it, the concept is great. I do think it should be in August. I don't think it should be in October. It's too cold, and I hate it. I think we should start a petition to move Halloween to August. I think it would work better. There's not school. It's just a lot easier. But I don't see that happening. I know Halloween is the day it is for a reason. I don't know the reason. I should probably Google this. But yeah, I don't know. I think it should move to when it's warmer. It would just make more sense. Anyway, you saw the exterior comes together. Like I said, it's really quick. I did put some dead trees along the side of the lot here. And I put trees along the other side. And we're just going to add some the overgrown grass from werewolves. We also add a bunch of dirt around all the trees, but I don't show all that. I cut it out. And then we move inside and we start on just the front room. And I do this room before I move on to do the kitchen, the dining room, and then the living room. And then we go upstairs, and like I said, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. It's pretty big, but it's not huge. Like, the room sizes are big, but it's not massive. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a mansion. Like, realistically, it's not. But the style of it just made me think of that, and so that was the name I used. But yeah, it comes together, and you will get to see it. Other than that, I don't know. It's Halloween tomorrow, and my kids are very excited. My daughter, it's the first year she's really going out, like, completely by herself, with no adult, so she is just in her glory, and she thinks she's so grown up, and she is dressing up as, The Purge, like, you know that movie, The Purge? It's our favorite movie, and so she's dressing up as a character from that movie. Well, like, she's gonna be one of the killer people, like a regular person, I guess, on the Purge day, but, like, she's got blood all over her, and she's got, the Purge mask, and an axe, and, yeah, she just thinks she's really cool. She's 13, my daughter, and, yeah, she's starting to be a teenager. And it is important for her to have some freedom, and so our neighborhood's pretty, like, the street we live on is a dead-end street, like, it's like a cul-de-sac. And so she's going to go up along there and down the other street, which is a bigger street. She's going to go down the side of there and back to the house. It should be fine. I don't foresee any terrible things happening. She's got a bunch of friends going with her, too. So, like, it's a bunch of little teenagers. It's probably the last year they're going to go out, and so I want them to have a good time. So they're all going to go out together and trick-or-treat. It should be really fun for them. And like I said, I'm going to sit at home and look at all the cute little kids in their costumes, and I love that. My parents, I have told you this a million times, they've been staying with us. And so my dad, he's a putterer. Like, he can't sit still. And so he putters outside all the time. And he has arranged the lawn for Halloween. He decorated, and he, like, used some of my son's old clothes, and he stuffed them with leaves, and he put, like, a mask on it, and a wig, and a hat, and it's all creepy, and it's sitting on a little tricycle that I had, and so that's pretty creepy. It has eyes that glow at night, and then he hung some, like, little bats. They're not really bats, because they're just bones, but they were supposed to be bats, and they're hanging from the tree in the front, and yeah, he's decorated, and he's having fun with it, so that's good. Other than that, yeah, I decorate a little bit usually, but not like that. Like, I won't, like, go all out. He did. He's been bored and puttering, and so that was how he decided to spend his time. But you saw there that the dining room came together. Like, we're still in it, but it comes together quick. Like, I put a little shelf in the corner, and some pictures on the walls. I paved. I put a table and chairs. It's got everything you need. We're going to move on to the kitchen next. This kitchen is probably my favorite part of this house. It is A, massive, and B, it's, like, really cozy and cute. I ended up tucking, like, a little island in off to the side, and, yeah, there's a lot of counters and cupboards and cabinets, and it's a really big and open kitchen, and I'm happy with it. So you're gonna watch that come together. I love it. Honestly, kitchens are probably my favorite thing to build in this game. I don't know why. I love kitchens, and I actually really enjoy building bathrooms. I don't know why. Most people hate bathrooms, like, they absolutely hate. I like building them. It's, like, my goal to create new ways to do bathrooms. Does that make sense? Like, I try to change it up regularly so that it's not always exactly the same thing. And, yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. Lately, I haven't been doing it. I've just kind of been throwing things in, but these ones, they're all kind of the same, but kind of different. Like, they all have the same stuff in them, the toilet and the sink, and then the upstairs ones both have, like, the closed-in glass shower. But the master bathroom, which is just off the master bedroom, it's set up really different. Like, it has a different sink, so it has cabinets that are these cabinets that are in the kitchen, and I put them up there, and I put 2 sinks in, and then it's a lot more spacious, and so it's set up really different, but they're relatively the same. I mean, they're bathrooms. There's nothing to them, but I do have fun with them, and I do enjoy building them. But here in the kitchen, I'm going to put in a little island. It just has 2 little chairs at it. And then later on, I add a high chair in the kitchen here beside the island because I ended up doing a baby's room. And I thought if you have a baby, you're going to want to have a high chair. And so I put that in the kitchen for you. But I don't think you see that in this video. But it is there. Upstairs in the baby's room, there's a crib and some toys and whatever else. But yeah, I add clutter to the kitchen counters, which I don't show much of it. Like I put a microwave, it doesn't stay there. I end up moving it to the other side of the room where the tall cabinet is. And it fits right underneath it. And I thought that worked good. But yeah, I don't show that. I think I cut it out. But I do add like clutter in a dish rack. You don't see me add curtains, but I put lights above the sink. And I add curtains on the windows, and it is, in the end, all put together, and you'll see it all in the screenshots. But I did have to cut quite a bit of footage out, because there was a lot of it. I'm just going to add a little rug at the back door here, and I do end up changing it to white. I didn't like the black. It blended into the floor way too much. But I end up adding it there, and I turn it to white after, like, as we're switching rooms. I change it to white, and I do tiling on the walls. And then we add some clutter on the counters. And we add like a light, and then we put a pot rack on the wall and stuff. I think I cut most of that out, but you'll see some of it before we move on to the living room. So I built a few spooky builds. This is not, there was one before, which you'll see, I'll put it in the like cards at the end. Or I'll try and remember and put a little thing up at the top here if I can. But I'll probably forget. Like, honestly, I usually do. But I did do a couple of them. But the one I posted last time, I will put that in. You can see it at the end of the video anyway. I did some other ones that I never finished. So they're just sitting there. Like, mid-year, you guys might end up getting a spooky build because they're there. And I might finish them. Probably won't. But I might. And so, yeah, just a warning there. In the living room here, it took me a few minutes to figure out what couches to use and how to situate them. So, like, I cut out the footage, I flipped them all around and tried, like, 700 couches. But I did end up, figuring out in the end, I get rid of that little love seat, and instead I put this couch here with the black... I can't talk. I don't know what's happening. It's been a long day already. It's like 11 in the morning, and I feel like it's a full day. Anyway, I end up using the couch with the blanket draped over the back, and I add 2 chairs, and I think it comes out pretty cute in the end. But it was a lot of fiddling. I ended up like moving the TV and then I put it back and then I moved it and then I put it back. It ends up staying where it is. There is a fireplace. I put a carpet and yeah, plants, clutter. I think I put like a desk under the window on the one side of the room. And then on the other side, there's like a little cabinet and some pictures leaning against the wall. Nothing too crazy. This room is pretty big and spacious and open, but it comes out really cute in the end and you can see it in the screenshots, like I said. But here I am just trying to figure out what color I wanted to do the fireplace. I'm going to add a little bit of clutter on top. But it came to, like, this whole thing, it really did. Like, even though it took me a long time to build because I was, like, doing other things while I was building it, it came together really easily. And even the floor plan was not hard to figure out. Which normally, for a floor plan, I do, like, 700 different tries before I get something I like. And I usually end up with at least one awkward room. This one doesn't have any. Like the bathroom and the master bathroom, I guess you could call it a little bit awkward, but it's not. It's just really big for a bathroom. I was going to put closets instead of the bathroom. Like I was going to make the bathroom smaller and just put closets, but I really liked the big spacious bathroom. I thought it was very elegant and yeah, that's what I went with. But there you can see I just added clutter and I'm going to paint the walls. We're going to add pictures on the walls. We also added some curtains and lighting, or we're adding curtains. I guess we haven't yet. We add curtains and lighting, and then we'll paint before we move upstairs. So I don't really have too much to say. Today's been a long day already. Okay, my little guy, he woke up at, I heard him about 5:30 this morning. And it's funny, it's not funny, actually, it was quite not funny, but I heard him, and I thought it was morning. I'm like, oh my god, I slept through my alarm, so I like got off, and I went and got him, and I like brought him downstairs to like get him ready and get him breakfast and whatnot. And then I looked at my phone, and it was only 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, what are you doing? But he was wide awake, and he was really happy, so it was kind of fun. Like, we just hung out, I made him breakfast, he ate his breakfast, we hung out and watched cartoons, we had fun. nothing crazy or interesting, but like then we had so much time to kill until school starts. And the problem with my youngest guy, okay, like I said, he's autistic, nonverbal, and so he can't talk. And I'm pretty lucky, like he's not very set in his routines. Like I can change things up and he's fine. However, if you get him dressed, like if you put clothes on him, like proper outfits, and put his socks or shoes on, he thinks it's time to go. So that's it. It is done the minute you put shoes on. You better be ready to go because he gets miserable if you don't. And so I did make the mistake of putting his socks and shoes on him about 15 minutes early. And so he got a little bit miserable. And I ended up having to take him outside to wait for his bus to come and pick him up. Now, it is cold today. Like it's 4 degrees. It's freezing out there. But he loved it and he was happy. It's weird because he just paces on the driveway. He will not step on the road. That's how I know, like, he can at least comprehend what's going on because he won't walk on the road. Like, he never steps off the driveway unless you're holding his hand. But he will just pace back and forth up and down the driveway. And that's what he did for 15 minutes until his bus came. Then I had to get my daughter to get ready because she was, like, just not feeling it today. Like I said, she's 13. But I did manage to get her off and ready, and I took her to school, and then I actually went to go get blood work done, and it was not even funny. Because, it used to be that you could check in online. That way I could check in and then go there. You know what I mean? Because they tell you the time, like the wait time on the app. And so I saw this morning, the wait time was only 12 minutes at this one. I don't normally go to this lab if I need stuff done, but this one was the shortest one, 12 minutes. I'm like, I can handle that. So I, got in my car, went to go there, and I tried to check in on the app, and I couldn't find how to do it. So I'm like, that's weird. So when I got there, I looked again, thinking maybe I'm just blind, because it was, I don't know. But I tried again, couldn't. So I got off, and I waited in the line. I get there, and there's this huge line, for starters. I wait in the line, I get up to the window, and I said to the woman, I can't figure out where to check in on the app. Like, how do I do that? And she's like, oh yeah, you don't do that anymore. It's gone. And the app, still says it's there. The main picture on the app page is check-in. You know what I mean? Okay, save my spot check-in. I'm like, alright, fine. I guess whatever. Put me in then. So she did. But this woman, okay, listen. I get it. I get if you don't like your job. I get it. Working sucks. I understand. But she was a witch. She was so rude. It wasn't funny. She wasn't bad to me, she was fine. But right after me was this really old man. He must have been 90-something. He clearly had no idea what he was doing. I guess he had been sent there from the hospital. He had gone downstairs and had an EEG. And then he came up. They told him to come up and get blood work done. So he says to the woman, hi, this is my name. I'm here because they sent me up here to get blood work done. And she's trying to ask him who. And he's telling her the hospital. And she's all confused. He's like, no, the hospital sent me for the EEG, and the EEG sent me for blood work. So I'm here. And she's like, do you have an appointment? 400 times. Do you have an appointment? He's like, they sent me up here from downstairs. I don't know. They sent the thing to you, and they told me to come up here. And she's getting all, snotty with them. And again, do you have an appointment? I'm like, he doesn't have an appointment. They told him to come up here. They emailed you the requisite. That's what he's saying. She's like, oh. Well, why didn't you just say that? Are you kidding me? And then she proceeds to just be completely and utterly outright ignorant to this man for no reason whatsoever. She's like, well, then you're gonna have to wait in line like everyone else. I don't understand. He's like, okay, no problem, I'll just sit down. She's like, yeah. So, as I'm leaving the place, I got called in, I went and did my blood work. As I'm leaving, he got called in the room behind me. And he's sitting there, so I told him have a good day, good luck, and whatever. He was fine. But I stopped the woman and I said, listen, hon, I know your job is not great. No one likes coming to work, especially this early in the morning. Just breathe. You're doing a good job. It's gonna be okay. She's like, I'm really sorry. She's like, I'm just having a bad day. I'm like, I get it. I'm like, but it's okay. It's totally fine. And so she perked up a little, and that was good. But I felt so bad for the man. He was all confused. She was all confused. It was a mess. But anyway, it took me forever to get. I went in the room. They called me into the room. I sat there for an hour before they came to do my blood. It was kind of annoying, but I got it done, and that was that. Now I'm home doing this. You saw the baby room come together. Simple, nothing crazy. This is the room that I am imagining is for like kids or a teen or something, and it has a video game console and a TV in here as well as fun beds. I'm going to put a little side table. There's a dresser. I do end up switching. I don't leave the TV and chairs there. I switch to the other side. I put the dresser over there, and I clutter it up. You're gonna see me move the dresser, and like, I don't think you see me add the clutter. I think I cut that out. However, I do right now move the console and the chairs, and you can watch that come together. I don't know if you can hear this. Oh my god, my nose is like whistling. And I keep, like, it's all stuffed up and it feels weird. So I keep, like, rubbing my nose while I'm talking, and sorry if it sounds weird. It's driving me nuts. Like, absolutely nuts. And then I have, like, the top of my mouth. I, like, cut it last night. I was eating nachos, and I cut the top of my mouth, and so my tongue is hitting it, and it hurts. So yeah, if you hear that, I'm really sorry. Like, you're probably hearing me clicking and, like, all these weird noises. It's my mouth, because I'm having a hard time. But anyway, I don't even know. It's a day. Let me tell you. It's a day. I was supposed to actually go get my winter tires put on today, while my dad was going to take my car and go do it for me, because I don't like, there's people out there, and I don't like that. So he was going to take my car and go get the winter tires put on, because apparently there's an 80% chance of snow today. It's not going to happen. But it says that, and so he was going to go do that, but he's sick. My mom got this, like, flu, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a cough and a cold, and she felt really sick for a couple of days. And now he's caught it, and I told both of them that if I get sick, they're leaving. I'm done. But I won't. I'm fine. So far, I'm fine. Who knows? I might get sick, but I'll be very angry if I do. But he now has what she had, and he's really sick. So I was like, so don't go do the tires. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't drive anywhere. Like, I literally don't drive unless I have to, and it's usually, like, near my house. Unless I'm going on, like, once a month, I drive, like, way up north. Just for a day, just to myself. I get away. It's a nice drive. I like it. Nothing crazy. I do that. Other than that, I stay really close to home, and I don't like driving. So, yeah, I'm like, it's not a big deal. I'll live for one more day. Just call them and tell them you'll come tomorrow. And he wasn't even going to call them. He's like, no, I'll go. I'm like, no, you're sick. You shouldn't go. So we ended up calling him, and he's going to go tomorrow. But then he went out. They went out shopping. I'm like, you're sick. You need to stay home and eat chicken noodle soup. You shouldn't be out running around when it's cold and damp. Like, it's not even that it's cold today. Like, it's cold. Don't get me wrong. But it's more dampness. Like, it's damp more than anything, and it's actually quite awful. So I'm like, you shouldn't be going. But he's stubborn. He did. Like I said, my dad's a putterer. He literally cannot sit still. I don't think I've ever in my entire life seen the man just sit around and do nothing. And so, yeah, he decided that shopping was a good idea, and that's what they're going to do. I did talk them into, they're only going to one store. They were going to go to a bunch of places, but I did talk them into only going to one store. So, that's good. But yeah, I don't really know. There's not much to say. You're watching it come together. This room is pretty much done. I'm just adding like a cute little stuffed animal on the bed. It's funny. You know what? We have this toy in the game, and it's like a little red guy. He's tiny, and he's got like pointy ears, and he's red. I had no idea that guy came from a game until yesterday. It's like, I found this game on Steam, and it's called Unravel. I was going to buy it because it was on sale, but I don't know if it's my kind of game. It kind of looks like it is, because it's like, seems like a puzzle game, if that makes sense. You take the little guy, and it's that little red guy from this game with the pointy ears. It's like a tiny little stuffed animal. I think it's from Paranormal, I'm not sure. But he's in the game, and he's like unraveling, so he uses his string to like work his way through all these different moving pictures. I don't know how to explain it. It's really cute. You should look it up on Steam if you know what it is, and I'm way behind the times and whatever. But if you don't, it's so cute. I might buy it. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. But it looks so cute. I had no idea that the toy was even from a game I don't even know what the toy's called, to be honest with you. I know it's really cute and I use it a lot, but yeah, it turns out it's from that game Unravel, and I thought it was so sweet. Anyway, this is the master bedroom, and so we got a bed, we got side tables, I think we end up putting a wardrobe, a mirror, and that's it. There's pictures on the walls, and yeah, that's all. Oh, no, that's a lie, I lied to you. We also put a chair in here. There is a chair, and we had curtains, and obviously we paint the walls, because that'd be weird. But yeah, it comes together really easily, simply. There's a plant, I think, hanging in the corner. Nothing too crazy. The whole build, honestly, it's pretty... Like I said, okay, the outside is spooky, but inside is not. It's totally a normal house. But I am happy with the way it came out. And yeah, hopefully you'll like it too. Like I said, the whole idea behind this build was to like build a spooky haunted house, and the outside is spooky, but as you can see, the inside is just not spooky at all. I don't know what happened, but it's not. But I thought it's kind of cool to have a freaky looking house and then it's totally normal inside. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, to be honest with you. I had every intention of this being like spooky and disgusting, but it isn't, and hopefully that's okay. Like I said though, it is on the gallery, and you can, the best way to find anything is just search the hashtag K8Simsley and find it that way. I find it's the easiest way. I usually just search hashtag K8Simsley, and I always set it to newest because otherwise, I don't know what you'll end up with. You'll probably end up with one of my old builds, and it gets a little annoying because there's a lot on there. But it is on the gallery, and I will put a link in the description below, and you can get it on the online gallery, and if you get it from there, you just hit download, then when you start the game, it will go into your game, and you can place it somewhere. It'll show up like in your library, I think. But yeah. So out here, it's like a little, it's the deck in the back. I end up putting a deck on the bottom and top, and on the top, I end up putting that little love seat I had in the living room. I knew I wanted to use it, so I ended up putting it out here. And I put the easel out here as well, and I added a coffee table and 2 little chairs as well as a little carpet. And I put a roof over it, so you can sit up here. It'd be kind of cool to sit up here, to be honest with you, and watch, like, thunderstorms. I think it'd be a cool place to hang out. And you have a good view out the back, and I think it'd be really cute and nice. But after that, I don't end up adding, like, a barbecue or anything to this build. I think that I go downstairs, and I don't think you'll see it, but I do end up adding a fire pit out back, and I do put an outdoor garbage can. I didn't forget it, and so that's there as well, but you're not going to see that. You see it in the screenshots, so that'll be there. But yeah, after this, we're done, and it'll be screenshot time, so I will go. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know your plans for Halloween and how you feel about it, or what you're building, if you're working on something spooky or crazy, or if you're getting ready to build Christmas builds. I'd love to hear all about it in the comments. Like, leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. It makes me happy. Give it a like if you enjoy this build and this video, even though it's a mess. It makes me happy, and it helps out the algorithm on YouTube. And, yeah, find me on social media. Again, hashtag K8Simsley, which is my name everywhere. And, I will see you in the next one. I'm going to play some spooky music for you. Enjoy the rest of this. We're going to jump into screenshots very shortly. And have yourself a spectacular day. Bye!